Hello, teachers, librarians, parents, and students. Today, I just had a really big day and I am super, super tired. I think any read aloud I will probably try to do today will not be very interesting. So, what I thought I'd do instead, because some folks have mentioned to me that I'm reading the book aloud on the paperback version, which has the new cover. Sorry, they're backwards. I'm using selfie mode right now. It's the easiest way for me to film, so imagine this being the other way. But a lot of people who've purchased the book have purchased the hardcover and are noticing that I'm using a different cover than that. So I thought what would be kind of nice to do today, since I'm really tired and I don't have to be quite as animated to do this, is I just want to really quickly just kind of like look at both covers and the jackets, because I don't think we spend enough time really looking at how much work goes into this. Because a lot of work goes into this, and a lot of people ask me, how did you draw this? And I say, I didn't. I love drawing, but this was drawn actually by a very talented artist named Matthew Taylor Wilson. He is credited as Matthew Tyler Wilson in here, but that is technically a misprint, so you can feel nice and confident knowing that you know that little bit of detail. And the cover jacket itself was designed by Lisa Vega, a very talented jacket designer. I've never met her in person or Matthew Taylor Wilson in person. I have interacted with them digitally, and they are just really sweet and amazing people. And I'm going to pull this out of here because I really want you to kind of look at this. When this all starts out, it's not seen as a single cover. It is seen as an entire book jacket that comes together and makes this weird little hardcover thing. And so when you consider that this is not just a piece of art that someone has to draw initially, it's also something that someone has to lay out and design, then you really see that there's just so many people involved in this, and so many people who put in hard work in order to make this silly little book I wrote look as good as possible. So that was just really amazing work that Matthew Taylor Wilson and Lisa Vega did. You can also see this picture of me here. That's back when I had a little spike in the front. With the quarantining, I have not had a haircut in a while, so I'm a little shaggier than I was in that one. But that's actually Lake Michigan in the back. This is in Chicago, which is pretty close to where I live in Chicago. And it was taken by my friend Amy Iwerson. She's a fellow school teacher, but she also had a humongous amount of photography skills. She'd been a photography major at one point and had her degree in that, and she just did a wonderful job. Took a lot of different photos. This was the one where I looked the least silly, so I still look silly all the time, though. And then what's interesting is some people don't take off the hardcover, and they don't realize there's actually even a part of this that's designed in here. There's a little indentation that's kind of cool. And then you can kind of see a different way of, they have the jacket still here. So if someone loses it, yay, it's still here. So that's kind of nice. Comparing that to the paperback, and for the record, I love both covers. I don't have a favorite. Some people like this one more. Some people like the hardcover more. They're both amazing works of art. And they also represent two different cover trends. Like this sort of style is a lot more popular right now and has been more of a recent thing. This cover, sort of represents what was really hip and cool in 2016 when the hardcover came out. And I still think this looks hip and cool, but it's actually, this is more the direction they've gone in. And it's not that one's right or one's wrong. It's just cover trends change, and a lot of thought goes into this. This one was illustrated, and I might say her name wrong. And Risa, if I say this wrong, please forgive me, but it's Risa Rodil. And if I said that wrong, I apologize. I'll put a correction in here if that's the case. She is a wonderful, she's done tons of different covers. And of course, because I'm tired, I can't think of them now, but I'll add some in the comments or the description if I do. She's just done a great job with this, and you can see that she took some of the same elements, but she put them in a very different vision, in a very different form. And I love that both of the covers have a drum set that's a little ragged looking. I think that's important for Sam. I think it's really cool that they both have red Converse All-Stars, which I actually... Go grab them. have a pair of my own, which is kind of nice. And then I also like that they both are very, in this instance, gender neutral. And I'm really not a believer in the idea that there are girl and boy books. And because of these covers, and I really mean this, because of these covers, there are a lot of boys who have read this book that might not have read it if there had been a picture of Sam on the cover and it had been clear that she's a girl. Because these have been very much structured to be gender neutral and not to focus on this silly idea of that's a girl book, that's a boy book. There's a lot of people, because of the artists who worked on this and the jacket designers, that have made me reach a lot more boy readers, and that's wonderful. The cover design of this one, the cover illustration was drawn by Risa Rodil. The cover design, and so this is a little bit different from the hardcover, but you can see it's the same thing. They have to lay it out very specifically. It's not just a cover. They have to do the whole thing, and that was designed by someone else who I also might say their name wrong, and I apologize if so, Celeste Knudsen. Cover design people and cover artists are unsung heroes in the literary world. A lot of times they don't get name dropped. Everyone says, oh, the author is this, or yada, yada, yada. But a lot of times people don't really talk about who put all the hard work into these covers and who laid out all of this different stuff. And there's a million other people I could name drop, but I'm tired and I've already rambled probably for too long. So that's today. I will be back tomorrow, I promise, with a read aloud of chapter 11. Until then, have a great day, stay safe, and be kind to each other.